So a while ago, I had the Bonnie ship, the Diamond, in my head, and it got me thinking: what if the Diamond was an actual ship? I was wondering, was the Diamond an actual ship? So I did a whole bunch of research, and today I'll be telling you what I found. And I'll be looking off screen sometimes because I got all my notes I compiled from my research over here, so I make sure that I don't miss anything. Um, in the description, I'll link the some versions of the song that I know, as well as all the sources that I used. The short answer to the question is yes, the diamond did probably exist, and here's the long answer. It's all very foggy and uncertain and garbled, which is one of the things I liked about it. From what I could find, the Diamond was a real ship in the 1810s. The ship's full name may or may not have been Bonny Ship the Diamond. However, it didn't leave from Peterhead, Scotland, but Aberdeen in 1812 or 1825. Peterhead and Aberdeen are, well, I'll get into that. Um, where was I? There is a town called Aberdeen in both Scotland and Washington, but I'm guessing it's not Aberdeen, South Dakota, since it's landlocked. I think it's most likely Aberdeen, Scotland, because it would make the most sense. I mean, it's pretty near Peterhead, and to sail to the Davis Strait, it'd be easier to go from Aberdeen, Scotland, than Aberdeen, Washington. The name of the captain of the ship is also uncertain, whether Thompson, Gibbons, or something else. As mentioned in the lyrics, the women who saw them off wore their best shawls since the ship would not return for a long time. The men boasted of how much oil they'd bring back, enough to keep the lamps lit both night and day. And apparently, oil wasn't the only resource they got from the whales that they hunted. They also got bones and teeth, like the baleen, that they use those for things too. Um, and if you don't know, the Davis Strait is on the west side of Greenland. The ship was frozen in ice in Melville Bay in either 1819 or 1830. Melville Bay is like a bay once again on the west side of Greenland, more north, um, between like near the Baffin Bay area. So you have Greenland, and then um, you have Davis Strait and Baffin Bay, and Melville Bay is like up here. Before setting sail, the crews had smartly put logs in the hull to make it stronger, but they were still stuck. Stuck in the ice in Melville Bay, probably. Where was I? Logs. The crew of the Diamond and 19 to 25 other whaling ships, including the Resolution, the Eliza Swan, those both ships mentioned in the song, used sails to make tents and wood to keep. They used wood from the ships to keep warm. The third ship mentioned in the song, the Battler of Montrose, may not have actually been there. Instead, most sources that I sourced, I guess, said that the ship um, would be the Rattler of Ley. I couldn't find any information on the Battler of Montrose or other ships mentioned in other versions like the Hercules or the Jane. I tried to research the Eliza Swan, but I didn't find conclusive results since there may have been more than one ship by the name. But I'll still be linking the sources I used for that in the description. Um, of the Rattler of Ley and the Resolution, I could only find that they might have been real ships that may have gotten stuck along with the Diamond, because they were sunk around the same dates that the Diamond could have been frozen in ice. Of the Rattler of Ley, I could might have been a real ship, shipwrecked. Oh, I already read that. The Eliza Swan might have actually escaped the ice to tell the story, which is why it's not dated wrecked around that time. The stranded crews were eventually able to get rescued after several months. They traveled across the ice and got rescued by some other ships. The actual song's first written appearance, at least, was much later in the 19th century, like 1930s ish. I'm not sure. It is possible that the song could have been written much earlier in like around the time the diamond actually existed, but the first written records of the song are around 1930-ish. Um, Besides this, all I can say for sure is that the diamond was a real ship, and from the port of Aberdeen that was shipwrecked 1819 to 1830-ish. But due to multiple sources dating the loss of the ship 1819 and 1830, there's even a possibility of two ships, one possibly named after the other. Two resolutions are dated wrecked 1830, and there are also two rattlers, one that wrecked 1819 and another 1830. This difference in date could also support the idea that there were two ships called the Diamond. This could also fix the problem of having two different captains, Gibbons commanding the earlier ship and Thompson commanding the later one, as well as the two home ports, the earlier ship hailing from Aberdeen and the later ship from Peterhead. Also, when they first set out, the earlier ship would be from 1812 and the later from 1825. I think. It is also possible that at least one of the ships, most likely the later one, could be fictional because records of the ship are a bit lacking, though the resolution was dated. The only from what I could find, the resolution is either way dated wrecked 1830. So that still would have been had to been added to the song then. Um, it is possible that the captains could have commanded the opposite ships, but I think that's a bit unlikely. Believe what you think. A lot of it's kind of fuzzy, but um, and according to Wikipedia, there was even a third ship that an even earlier ship called called the Diamond, but I'm pretty sure it's not the ship being mentioned in the song because I it said that it was under the British flag and later the French, not from Scotland. And I didn't research it any further because I knew it's probably not the ship being mentioned in the song. But the date, it said it first set sail in 1798 and was lost in 1809. And my final conclusion again is that there was probably two ships. The 1812 ship from Aberdeen, captained by Gibbons, wrecked in 1819, and the 1825 ship, captained by Thompson from Peterhead, wrecked in 1830. And I have a few side notes here I'd also like to share with you, just not really related to the diamond, but directly, I guess, but some other stuff I'd like to share. Right whale. This is also referenced in the Whaler Man uh, shanty. Right whale means a whale that is right to be hunted, like the whale that's like has the right qualities to be hunted, I guess. The expression showing true colors comes from pirates flying the same flag as a nearby ship, and once they were close enough, revealing they were pirates by showing the true colors of their flag. I found this from researching the Eliza Swan because it was captured by the Americans in this way, us, the United States. Um, I didn't really think about that before, but it makes a lot of sense because the pirates, as I said, they just said they would fly a flag, like the same flag as the neighboring ship to think they were allies, and then once they got close enough, they'd fly the pirate flag, revealing their true colors. Um, And yeah, I think that's it. Again, I'll be linking a few versions of the song I know and the sources in the description, so you can look at them for yourself if you want. And I think that's all for now, and thanks for watching.